Hey, how are you? It's Yummy Mum Minute. You can't hate yourself then. You have to love yourself then. Now, some of you know that you hate yourself. Some of you know that you hate on your body. Or maybe you ignore yourself. The first step in loving yourself is admitting maybe you aren't as kind to yourself as you want to be. And some of you already know it. You're like, oh no, I'm my own worst enemy. If you want to lose weight for the last time, or if you just want to improve your whole entire life, it is available to you. If you want to love yourself, you can. It is a choice. You know how they say that in when you're getting married or when you're getting into a serious relationship with somebody? They're like, love is a choice. Love is a verb. Guess what? Same applies for you. So I want you to decide now, do I want to love myself? Do I want to love my body? You might have to start with acceptance. You might not be able to get right to love, but just accepting this is who I am. This is how I came. This is how I'm made. I'm showing up like this because of a lot of programming, a lot of conditioning. And when you recognize that, you can make choices, okay? So you literally have two options on the table. Option one, continue to treat yourself like you're treating yourself, which could be a mix of love and hate, which could be total hate, which could be subtle kind of beratement, like you beat yourself up but subtly, ignoring yourself. That looks like letting yourself off the hook, not really looking at yourself in the mirror. Option one, continue. That doesn't end good, especially if you want to lose weight for the last time. Can't hate yourself then. Option two, and it will be uncomfortable. This option will be uncomfortable at first, but in the end, it will be so much more comfortable. Option two, start loving yourself. Right? Start accepting yourself for all your flaws and all your failures. Just like you, how would you talk to your favorite best friend? Not the best friend that you're a little judgy on. The best friend that you really love, totally unconditionally. Or it's easy to do with a baby. We all unconditionally, it's pretty easy to unconditionally love our babies. How would you talk to that baby? How would you talk to that best friend? That's how I want you talking to yourself. I know people say this all day long, but here's why it matters. You are with yourself all day, every day. Can you imagine being with a family member or being with a coworker or being with a friend who you didn't really like, who was kind of mean to you all the time, who kind of ignored you, who kind of beat you up physically or mentally or emotionally? Can you imagine? That's maybe what you're doing, and you have choice in this, right? Start talking to yourself nicely. Go look in the mirror and say, hey, self, hey, how are you? What's up? I love you. Or I'm learning to love you. Or I'm going to work to love you. Figure out something you can say to yourself. You are smart enough to figure out something you can say to yourself that makes you feel the feeling of love. That's what you want to start to create. Because you guys, if you continue to beat yourself up, say you're I'm not going to eat cupcakes anymore. And then you eat a cupcake. And then you think to yourself, what is wrong with me? I'm such a failure. I'm such a loser. Here I go again. I told myself I was going to love myself and I was going to treat myself with amazing food and I wasn't going to eat sugar. And obviously something's wrong with me. I literally suck at life. How do you feel when you think those thoughts? When you talk to yourself that way? You feel defeated. You feel shame. You feel guilt. You feel like fucking ass. And then what do when you feel that way? You throw in the towel. You eat more shit. You literally cannot lose weight this way. Now, some of you might actually over-restrict after you beat yourself up. That doesn't work either. Because if you over-restrict, you'll create an over-desire for food, and then you'll overeat. And then if you overeat, you'll do it again. You'll over-restrict, right? Can you guys see the cycle? And then you'll create over-desire, and then you'll overeat, over-restrict, over-desire, right? So hating yourself or beating yourself up, whether it's loud in your brain or subtle and soft like a whisper in your brain, doesn't work to lose weight. So instead, when you eat the cupcake, this is what I want it to sound like in your head. Oh, okay, I'm a human being. I ate a cupcake when I said I wasn't going to eat a cupcake. This doesn't mean I'm letting myself off the hook, right? That's ignoring yourself. I want you saying, what happened there? What was I thinking? What was going on for me? What did I really need in that moment, right? It's okay that you did this, but let's learn from this. I love you no matter what. I love you when you eat cupcakes, and I love you when you don't eat cupcakes. It's like how we talk to our kids when we are being the parent that we want to be. We don't beat them up. I'm like, what's wrong with you, you fucking idiot kid? Jeez, you're such a failure at life. I already taught you that. You should know that by now. No, when we're being the parent we want to be, we don't say that. We're being the parent we want to be. We say, what's going on, love? What's happening? Are you angry? Are you frustrated? Are you mad? Talk to me. Let me hold you. Let me love you. I love you just the same when you're mad as when you're happy. I love you just the same when you eat cupcakes and when you don't. And that, you guys, will change your behavior because you'll actually learn something and you'll actually feel empowered. You will be on your team. And then when you feel empowered and you feel love, guess what you do? You eat in a loving way. I promise you guys. And this takes practice. This is not overnight. Okay. So if you've been practiced at hating yourself subtly or overtly, it's going to be uncomfortable to start loving yourself, and it's going to be a practice, and you're going to practice and practice. But I want you to make a decision today. Can I love myself? Will I love myself today? Unconditionally. Even if the voices in my head start to chirp up and they are rooted in hate or shame or guilt, it doesn't mean you're not still on the right path of unconditional love. Okay, I promise. Okay, if you guys want to learn how to love yourselves, then go to lauraconley.com and click work with me. We are on a wait list right now. Doors are going to open in March for the Yummy Mummy Experience, which is my 6-month group coaching and course where you lose weight for the last time, guaranteed. I mean, how awesome is that? So go get on the list. Doors are going to open. If you're on that list, you will have early access to apply. Okay. I love you. Have the best day ever. Bye.